even know if it really occurred or not because they never published a police report for the crime itself. So they basically just accosted my friend out of the blue for the way he looked, and he ran for his life. And when the officer who murdered him caught up with him, he told him, if you make any moves, I'm going to blow your fucking head off. Pardon me, but that's what he said. Mikey got scared and he ran, and Officer Steve Gilley, who's now Detective Steve Gilley, shot my friend in the back with an MP5 submachine gun and then let him bleed to death in the street 25 feet from his wife, and they wouldn't even let her say goodbye. This happened almost 3 years ago in my life, and it changed my life. I was a union plumber before that, Local 78, and that's all I really cared about was going to work and taking care of my family. That's the kind of guy Mike was. So once he was murdered, I felt obligated. It was my honor to fight for him and fight for his rights. But the first thing that we found out, nobody wants to hear this. When you get up and you talk about your murdered friend or your murdered brother or your murdered dad, nobody wants to hear it because the cops did it, and it scares the hell out of them to think that the cops are murderers. Multiple murderers in a lot of cases. Nobody wants to hear it. So I go out there, we go out there, and we tell the truth every day, every weekend, and nobody's hearing us. And it wasn't until we got some solidarity, it wasn't until Anaheim came to our neighborhood and said, hey, same thing's happening in our neighborhood, come check it out, right? Come help us out. We got your back, you got ours? So we did. We went to Anaheim and we met all kinds of people. All right, Sonia Hernandez, her brother Martin Hernandez was murdered in the streets of Anaheim. The young Mexican kid just trying to make it, right? Just trying to make it, got out of jail, was in trouble, was working to get his life together, was hunted down in the streets by a police officer who had a grudge for him. Another Mexican police officer who thought he was better than Martin, and he had a grudge for him, and he murdered him and got away with it, right? Because of prejudice and isolation, right? We can speak the truth all day and no one's gonna care. You guys in your community, you can stand up for your community and it's only gonna impact your community, but nothing's gonna change until we stand together. Nothing's gonna change until we stand together, and that's the most important thing, is that every single one of us out here tells the truth. You're out here fighting for your loved ones, you're out here fighting for Carlos, you're out here fighting for Omar, you're telling the truth, and we hear you, because we live in it. But we gotta tell the truth so loud that everybody driving by hears it, that everybody watching on the streams hears it, that everybody watching on the news hears it, if the news chooses to report this, which they usually won't. So we gotta make noise. We gotta make noise, and we gotta speak loud together. And this isn't a one-time deal. I understand how hard it is. When Mikey got killed, it's the hardest thing in the world to have to get out here in the street and open your wounds up again and bleed all over the place for everybody because the person you love is lost and they're not coming back. But if you don't do that, no one's ever gonna care about them and they're gonna fade away. You gotta fight. You gotta fight. You gotta fight every week. Every day you gotta fight for Carlos. Every day you gotta fight for Omar. You gotta fight for your loved ones. And you gotta stand together. We're here in support. We came out here from Anaheim, from Tustin. The family of Paul Quintanar's here. The family of Manuel Angel Diaz is here. The guys in the young survivor shirts. The family of Omar Abrego. All right, love you. You know what? We're here for you. I've never met you guys, but I'm here for you. This is what we gotta do. We gotta hook up. We gotta back each other up, and we gotta come to each other's neighborhoods when we can. Carpool, get on the bus, get on the train. We're gonna keep this popping every weekend. Trust me, we haven't stopped. I've been in this game for 2.5 years fighting for Mikey and anybody else that wants to get down. So we gotta do this together. We gotta stand up for each other. We're here for you. We're here for you, and we're gonna keep it going. Bring your loved ones with us everywhere we go, wherever we're protesting. If we're going to Orange County, bring Omar's signs. Bring Carlos's signs. We stick up for each other around here. We learn each other's names. We learn each other's histories, and we speak the truth together. So I'm here. We're all here for you today. All right? And any other time that you need it, we're here for you. But let's get down for each other, because I guarantee you there's something coming up this weekend that we need to get down for. And next weekend, and next weekend, and next weekend. This whole county needs to change. This whole state needs to change. But it ain't going to do it until we do it. All right, I'm done. Who's next?